play of the game from way down.
True, silence. Rainer getting absolutely
A team wipe.
The living bomb's going.
Oh my goodness, the ring. Bomb stats, Dingo gonna find Rainer.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. We're going to do some replay casting tonight here. The season is over. There's a meet hall tomorrow and we've got a few games left in us. So this particular matchup was I think week 9, I think I said. So these are older replay casts, so they're going to be on the older patch, which means things like the sound will be all screwed up and the overlays will be slightly off, so we'll have to make some adjustments as we go. But that's okay. We will be able to check. We do have the map data, so we're going to go ahead and check in on those things. So let's actually hop over to that now. To start off with, Team Training Wheels banned out Tomb of the Spider Queen and Infernal Shrines. And then Lurk Patrol banned out Cursed Hollow and Alterac Pass. And our first game tonight is going to be on Towers of Doom. And let me get rid of that Blackheart's Bay. That's not in the update. There we go. Forget about that Blackheart's Bay. That was something entirely separate. Does not exist in NGS. And I'm not going to show the standings. We'll show those at the end, just to show where the teams ended up in the season. But not right away here. That way we don't give away how things go in this particular match. But it looks like we are all set. So let's get into game number 1. There we go. I'll have to check to see how the sound is as well. Make sure it's not too loud. All right. On the left here, we've got Team Training Wheels. It's going to be E-Day 15 on Johanna. Ouija on Anduin. Confused playing the Greymane. Warlock on Dahaka. And Giggleshmack on Jaina. And on the right, let's actually go ahead and fix that real quick. That sound needs to be turned down a bit. About to there. Playing background and that. Okay. All right. On the right, we've got Lurk Patrol. It's gonna be Ace playing Maiev. Gunny gonna be on the Hanzo. FPS Nate on ETC. Harnock on the Leoric, and Ektar gonna be playing the Stukov. Nice new A. Yeah, I turned down the game sound for that, so should be okay now. And awesome, thanks. I really am a big fan of the new logo. So Maiev gonna go in and get a pull quickly here onto Jaina, and Jaina's gonna be the first to fall. ETC falling right behind. So first blood for both sides coming pretty early in the game here. Now, as a reminder, because this is a an older patch, you'll see up here at the top your talents rather than popping them up, because popping up this way looks funky. We'll check in on these occasionally, like for Bonds of Justice here, checking in on the stats for the quests. But overall, we'll just have to look at the top and see what we've got. Dahaka in a little bit of danger here, was caught by the silence, but he's able to go ahead and pull back into the bush. And of course, with that Brush Stalker, he gets additional movement speed. Nice vault to the Wardens there from Maiev, getting her away from the tongue, which is probably actually called drag. Let's actually confirm that. I think that's drag. It is, yeah. All right. Sapper camps being picked up by both sides, and it looks like Team Training Wheels wants both of them. Looking at Ace, very low in the health here, and ETC is actually going to get onto the point. And thanks to the fan of knife resets there, Jaina's going to fall once again, and the camp going over to Lurk Patrol. Didn't look so great for them for a moment there, but Ace being able to pull them off of the point allows them to get all of the value. And they apparently were able to chase down the Johanna as well. We followed Anduin, the likely kill target, but Johanna, even with that hold your ground at level 1, the shields given the unstoppable, just not quite there. Hey, it's both of the two people. Hello to Trevadi and Bellis Coldwine. Bellis? Belis. I think I've screwed that up every time. Well, Jane's gonna clear out these sappers, maybe? Looks like one of them. No, it didn't even get through either. They were able to kill it just in time. Ace in a little bit of danger. Johanna, however, popping that shield. Now Iron Skin down for the next 20 seconds. So has to be a little bit more careful as she doesn't have the unstoppable. And with this triple altar phase coming up, this is the start. This is where games can swing out of control. They can show whether your team is coordinated and able to get 2 altars, or even, I mean, getting 2 altars doesn't necessarily mean anything great. Even if you only get 1, that's fine, but it's how you do it. So we'll see. So Lurk's up in the top. We got Hanzo coming back down here. So this is everybody but the solo laners, but keep in mind Dahaka can just hop right on down. ETC's gonna get the interrupt onto Anduin, but Dahaka's not coming down, neither is Lurk, so we're gonna see a little bit of a fight here. Oh, and there's the Dahaka. He's coming in from behind, so maybe looking for the Hanzo. Instead, going for the ETC with the drag is gonna get him pulled in very close, but ETC's gonna get the power slide out. Condemn pulling him back in, but overall, again, with Lurk still up here in the top, this uneven fight means that looks like maybe not. I was gonna say maybe that Team Training Wheels was gonna be able to pick this up. But it's just gonna be the 2 solo laners as Dahaka goes back into the mid here. Getting that Divine Star, so Confused getting very low on the Grey Mane, pulling back Ide as well. Has the silence now, so it's gonna be the Hanzo getting the arrow, and you know, great plays by Lurk Patrol to not only stall that out, but ultimately gonna be able to pick up this second altar. So that's gonna be 4 points additional going over to Lurk Patrol. I probably could have had the game sound a little bit higher. And Confused coming in to look for the Sapper camp, but with that kill onto Johanna, Lurk Patrol saying, hey, you know what? We can be aggressive here. They have no tank. And they're able to get the additional kill, staggering out that death. And these Sappers, unlike the previous Sappers, should be able to make it in. They take out the tower. The towers give a little bit of XP, of course. But now Maev with that Umbral Bind, gonna pull back both Jaina and Johanna. Johanna and Jaina have been very close most of this game. We saw earlier kills because of it over the Sapper camp there. And of course, that Fan of Knives gets a reset every time that she's able to hit, every time Maev is able to hit 2 heroes with 1 cast. So it cuts that cooldown down to half a second, so she can just keep popping those off. And you wouldn't expect Jaina and Johanna to be the 2 that would be getting hit constantly, so we'll have to see. Triple stun coming out from the ETC, still half a level away from level 10. And that's good for Team Training Wheels, because if that was a level 10 fight, then 3 people just died. And this time, Sappers will make it through. The pull coming out onto Anduin, however, FPS Nate with the face melt knocking Anduin back, so right back into safety. And level 10s are coming up any second now here. I think that Team Training Wheels needs to just kind of chill. That's not a Jaina pun. That's just, hey, you guys are down a level, a little bit over a level, and level 10s are here. Like, you don't want to turn around and suddenly have a mosh pit. So massive shove coming out from Ektar there, pushing the Anduin back. Gonna give Lurk Patrol the opportunity to start working on this bottom tower. Now Jaina's up in the top, so is Dahaka, so this is a bit of an interesting play. Nobody's getting that second tower yet, or that second altar. Lurk is going to head there, and that surprises me a little bit that Dahaka didn't, you know, maybe consider stalling that out. They had Jaina, they had Greymane. They could have, I think, easily gotten that altar, picked up 8 points rather than leaving the points on the table and ultimately making it even. The other thing was Lurk ended up, you know, channeling that for 4 points instead of waiting until the bottom tower switched. Maybe they could have gotten an extra point. It's hard to say. I think the 4 points for Lurk Patrol is a great. I mean, I think that it's 4 points more than they should have gone there. There comes Dragon Aero onto the Greymane. Greymane's going to dive in the mosh pit only onto Johanna, but it's going to allow for the rest of the team to turn around, finish off the Greymane. However, Hanzo having to jump over the wall. Very low between the sappers and Greymane damage. So the mosh pit ultimately giving them the zoning opportunity to get the kill onto Greymane, but also to hold on to this bottom tower for a little bit longer. And the next 2 altars are going to be in the bot and mid zones. Holding on to this bottom tower is very significant value for Lurk Patrol. And this gets even more value if they can get these sappers in. 3 sappers means 3 points that come off the core of Team Training Wheels. And there goes Johanna getting shoved back by the Stukov. The silence coming out, but she's already used her Iron Skin. It will go down there. Confused getting pulled in on the Greymane, as well as Gigglesmack getting very close there. Doesn't have a lot of health. Trying to kill off these sappers before they get to the line. One of the sappers makes it through. These other 2 are very close, so Johanna's going to pop in, use that Condemn to pull them just a little farther away from the line, as Johanna's going to get the Blizzard. Sorry, Jaina's going to get the Blizzard to at least take care of those other 2. So there's that other point. Dahaka is going to try to get this, but he's going to get the Dragon Arrow interrupt. And we saw that Fan of Knives there was used, missed the Dahaka, but ultimately that's going to be 8 more points? Is there? 9 more points. They were able to pick up one of them before Team Training took back their tower. So, you know, the Hanzo, the Dragon Arrow, like, it feels like a huge cooldown to use for the interrupt, but it works, right? I mean, that's a long cooldown, 70 seconds or so. But they got 5 points from that one, 4 from the other. And this fight here now with the Dahaka down here is uneven for a brief moment. Dahaka heading back up. Doesn't want to lose the soak game, right? Because we're already behind over a level, and that XP disadvantage continuing to increase. Sapper's going to make it through the Blizzard, and that's going to be negated. How did they just die? I have no idea. There's no way that they should have died. They did not take enough damage. It's like they got to the tower and they're just no, never mind. Light bomb coming out onto the Stukov, but the mosh pit in the backline with 2. Here comes the Warden's Cage. Gonna pull all of them in. It's 4 members of Team Training Wheels getting pulled into this, but it's Stukov and Jaina falling first. Anduin likely going to be the next to fall here. Maybe not. Is able to get the heal. Maev using that Vault of the Wardens along with that Shadow Vengeance to just get away here, and so now this is a much more dangerous proposition for Lurk Patrol. Anduin, Ouija over there. I don't know, man. I don't understand how Anduin made it out of that. Anduin doesn't have any health though, so this is still a really precarious position for Team Training Wheels. Lurk is coming in. There's the drag onto Gunny, but the face melt is going to interrupt it. Lurk's going to get stalled out by the flash of light. And here they come. So Jaina coming in for Team Training Wheels. We got Stukov a little bit behind. And going to get the stall out from Hanzo here. There's Jaina pumping the damage into Lurk. He's going to use that Wraith Walk to get away. And Ace throwing in that Shadow of Vengeance for the stall. Big stun there, but the silence is huge. Getting the kill onto Greymane. Jaina gets the kill onto Maev in return, though. But the health bars on the side of Team Training Wheels are all just so low. They do have the Water Elemental that can stall out for just a moment here. The Entomb missing the Dahaka as Race Car Dahaka online running all over the place. But ultimately, with that 1-for-1 trade and those low health bars, it's going to be 5 points going over to the side of Lurk Patrol. And E-Day kind of taking up some shots from the tower there as the rest of the team, you know, probably forgetting they lost this tower because they came all the way through the bottom side of this tower to get away from Lurk Patrol. 3 more shots on the board here as the sappers coming in. Dahaka heading through the boss lane, trying to race car his way up to gather this soak in the top lane, get closer to the level 16, which they so desperately need. Let's check in on those. Oh, not that one. Let's check in on those talents there. So most of the level 1s have been completed except for Jaina's Frostbite. She needs 5 more globes to complete that. That'll be a big bonus there, getting that additional 10% crit damage when she hits chilled targets. Speaking of Jaina getting a shot to the face from Hanzo, along with those piercing arrows and the explosive arrows there, Jaina taking just basically double shots to the face. Not entirely sure what Enduin's doing here, like running around the ETC trying to bait maybe? But that was just, oh my goodness, awkward. Like that was the kind of play that you see in a Storm League game where they're like, hey, you know what guys, GG, I'm out of here. Triple altar phase coming up, and this could be game ending. There are enough points with these altars, especially with the 3 sappers here. If these 3 go through, that means it's a 2 altar game. But there's 1, 2 getting through. There's one of them died, so this still is all 3 altars required in order for Lurk Patrol to win this right here, right now. And it looks like they're setting up to try to go for exactly that. Dahaka's gonna get the drag, so this is essentially a 1v2, but they don't really fight it. They just go for the points. But Giggle taking just a, oh my goodness, the arrow coming right through, just missing the Entomb, just a sliver off. But Dahaka's going to fall, and the stall's coming out as one of the altars was already picked up. Johanna the next one to fall, so both of the bosses. Greymane tapping the boss there, ends up taking some damage from the boss and getting caught by the rest of the team. Lurk gonna fall in return, but that's gonna give FPS Nate now the opportunity to channel. Now, Anduin's trying to stall out, was able to get 1 or 2 spells out there. But this is the last altar, and that is going to be game number 1 going over to Lurk Patrol. All right, take a quick peek at our stats. Hey, it's FPS Nate in chat. Welcome, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. All right. Gonna get set up for game number 2 here between Team Training Wheels and Lurk Patrol. This was a channel points redemption from Ektar back when I was still naive on how many points I should probably charge for something like this. And because it's an older replay, I have to actually go all the way out, like entirely out of the game. So we'll get back into that in a moment here. In the meantime, let's see, where are we going next? I'll have to pull up the browser for that because apparently I closed that. Let's see. There it is. All right, game number 2 is going to be on Volskaya Foundry. And this was the map pick of Lurk Patrol. So this was still at that time, I think, when Deathwing and Oriole were still pretty heavily banned out. Yep, sure was. Lurk Patrol went with the bans on Deathwing and Oriole in this particular game. If I had to guess, they probably banned it last game as well. Let's see. We switched to high def. All right, all updated. Let's go ahead and get the game started. So, checking back in. Oh, I probably turn this off too. Checking back in on our maps here. So, game number 1, Towers of Doom. That was a selection of Lurk Patrol and won by Lurk Patrol. The bans, we had the bans from Team Training Wheels on Infernal Shrines, as well as Tomb of the Spider Queen. Coincidentally, the 2 most played maps of Season 7 NGS. We had the bans from Lurk Patrol on Alterac Pass and Cursed Hollow. Let me just fix the sound here real quick. All right, and here we go. Into game number 2 between Team Training Wheels and Lurk Patrol. All right, on the left, we've got Team Training Wheels. It's going to be Confused playing Sylvanas Ouija on Ana. Warlock on the Imperious. We got Gilshmek once again on Jaina and Eday 15 on the Garage. And for Lurk Patrol, it's going to be FPS Nate on Johanna, Gunny on the Hanzo, Ace playing the Chromie, High Def on the Sonya, and Ektar running with Scissors on Anduin. Any quest talents? What do we got? What do we got? A couple of quest talents there, so we'll have to keep an eye on some of these. Zoom it out here so we can actually see where everybody's at. Imperious is below the entire group here, as of course we got Garrosh looking for some Groundbreaker stun stacks. We got Hanzo looking to stack with his Stormbow. So Sonya's gonna get thrown, but no stun to follow it up. The stun instead coming later. And the follow-up stun from Warlock, so able to pause the Sonya, but not quite able to get the kill that maybe they were looking for. Just too far back where Sylvanas, Ana, and Jaina. Excuse me. Gonna get the throw onto Johanna there, but again, Johanna, right? She's got the unstoppable. She's fine. Coming back into the mid lane, we got a bit of a rotation here from the Team Training Wheels as Sylvanas and Ana heading down to work on the turret camp. Lurk Patrol not yet going for that. I wonder if they're going to head for the support camp first here. Johanna's scoping it out just to make sure that Team Training Wheels was not there. But ultimately, just Sonya heading over to pick up the fortification camp here. Another team going for support camp. Important note here, we do have Chromie dropping her time trap, so they've got vision on the side of Lurk Patrol. But you know, I mean, with all of this vision, I would have thought, I would have thought that they would have come down and just invaded. I mean, they had the Sylvanas Ana here, they had Imperious, they probably could have made that. That was a long time that Sonya was off the map. But maybe they didn't want to give up the support camp. Not sure. So, check in on these stacks here. So, with that shot, Hanzo getting first out of 5. Chromie sitting at 7 stacks for her, once again the first time, for her additional clones. 6 stacks for the Groundbreaker, for Eday, and what do we got? 3 globes there for Jaina, so needing to pick up the pace on those globes. I'm not sure, like, I feel like there should have been more opportunity for globes by this point, so maybe they're just missing them. Both teams, however, gonna head over to their siege camp. It's gonna be Lurk Patrol that gets theirs just a little bit sooner. So now, does somebody get the support camp? Do they use that as their advantage, or are we gonna see them instead come down onto the control point? It looks like maybe both teams electing to go for the control point. It's gonna be Team Training Wheels clearing up the siege camp in the top lane first. Now they do have Sylvanas, so clearing this up, they've got the siege camp coming along as well. Sylvanas did not, she did take Merqueen, so we do see the empowered siege minions there, but Chromie and Johanna gonna head up. And we should see a bit of a rotation here from Team Training Wheels, moving on to this control point now. So 34%, just over a third, picked up for Lurk Patrol. Big Condemn pulling them into the Dragon's Breath, getting that Garrosh and Jaina. Then the bot lane, it's just Imperius and Sonya just hanging out. And keep in mind too, Sonya's the one with the turret for Lurk Patrol. Sylvanas has the turret for Team Training Wheels. So only one of those teams has a player at the control point. But as yet, Team Training Wheels has not been able to pick this up. And Chromie moving her time traps around. Imperius getting very low. The Chastise coming out might be the first blood, but it's not. Imperius gonna get thrown away thanks to that into the fray. So 26% completed there for Team Training Wheels. They were able to get the channel begun, but that Dragon's Breath, holy cow, hit so many heroes coming out of that gate. Checking on those quest talents here. So Chromie up to 13. Hanzo sitting at 3 out of his 5. Well, let's actually check and see who are we missing here for Hanzo. How's he doing? 2 out of 3 for both Ana and Sylvanas. So he'll be finishing that quest off relatively soon here. Now Jaina's gonna get caught by the time trap. This could be devastating, but just not enough follow-up there from the rest of Lurk Patrol. They did get one shot. Here comes overtime now. The turret is dropped with Garrosh falling so very low. Does get a bit of a heal there, but has to pull back, and the turret rather is doing the empowered damage, so it's up 60%. But it's just not enough to keep Lurk Patrol off of the point, and that's going to give them the first protector of game number 2. Starting off, finishing off the wall here, getting that second tower rather. Giggle up in the top here is going to try to hearth away, but not fast enough. Decides that it's probably not a best idea to be right next to the wall during that hearth, so is going to get that completed as the protector now getting all the way through the first tower, working on the second. Does use the glove to shut down the fort, but it's Imperius just getting deleted there. Anduin's credited with the kill as the driver of the protector, but with that kill, they're coming in. They still have the 3 minions here. It's Johanna and Anduin that are coming out now. They don't have any minions now, so they can't just stay on the tower, because that'll just keep shooting them. But here they come back. And Jaina's pretty much all their wave clear with that, but getting the root onto the Garrosh means that they can now push this pretty decently. They still don't have any minions though, and their siege is Chromie and Hanzo, so it's close to negative. Our level 10s are up for Lurk Patrol, so we do have those. We've got the Temporal Loop for Chromie, the Light Bomb, the Dragon Arrow, Wrath of the Berserker. Johanna hasn't picked hers yet. Either one of them could be good, and it's going to be Blessed Shield there. So Blessed Shield setting up, and then you've got the potential for a Light Bomb coming on top of that. Could really set up some solid plays. Support camp going to get picked up by Lurk Patrol. That's going to give them the first support camp of the game. They do still have a turret on high def here on Sonya. We see the pings being called. They're looking to come in and get this Imperius. Chromie's in behind. The Condemn actually probably saved Imperius there. He would have been right into that Dragon's Breath. The Garrosh using into the fray to throw him away. So Little bit of a potentially a misplay there from Lurk Patrol, but they didn't lose anything for it. They didn't lose any of their items, just didn't get a kill. But you know what? Imperius is back up in the front here, like, does not care. Ultimately, I think Lurk Patrol, if they had rotated back up, could have found themselves that Imperius, and then there was no Into the Fray available at that point, I don't think. I don't think it was back up yet. Sylvanas has the power of the Merc Queen coming in with these siege minions. And that's, you know, that's one thing that Team Training Wheels has far better in this game, is they've got a lot more siege potential. Other than, say, when Sonya pops Wrath, then I think she probably equals it out. But between Sylvanas and Jaina, they've got the potential to do a lot of damage there. And even without being able to shut down the tower, Sylvanas still does pretty decent damage, but shutting down the tower means that they also get the minions. Garrosh getting the taunt onto Hanzo. Hanzo gets the leap of faith away here. Temporal loop coming out as well. And Garrosh gonna throw Giggle Schmack there, the Jaina, away. Ah, man. The Angelic Armaments just missing there, just a little bit off. Could have been the end of the Johanna, but just a couple of pixels away from where it needed to be. Speaking of the ultimates here for Team Training Wheels, we've got the Water Elemental. Can't actually see what these all are. Wailing Arrow here for Sylvanas. Garrosh, of course, went into the Warlord Challenge. We saw that earlier. That Angelic Armaments, of course, for Imperius. We saw that as well. I'm assuming it's Nano Boost? It is. And Control Point B has been started by Team Training Wheels. So this is their first opportunity to be on the Control Point for the first time. You know, it started off earlier as Lurk Patrol. There's the throw, throwing Johanna away. Temporal Loop onto Imperius, so he's going to get pulled back, takes a bit of damage, but he's going to be able to be just fine. Does try to use his Celestial Charge to get over that wall, thinking maybe he could catch the Chromie, but it was a blind charge, so nothing completed there. 50% on the channel so far. Team Training Wheels clearing up that mid lane. Both teams have level 13s, so they're at least on the same talent here. Of course, there is a defensive position to retreat to for Lurk Patrol, which looks like maybe that's what they're considering here. So the turret's coming down, and that'll be able to be cleared relatively quickly. The Blizzard doing a lot of it. Giggle taking massive damage there. Gets deleted by the Dragon Arrow, and Dragon's Breath coming in, looking for Ana, but it's chastised onto Garrosh. Condemn gonna land for Johanna, and that's gonna be Ana being taken out. Garrosh following shortly thereafter. Imperius not looking long for this world as well, as Chromie gonna finish him off primarily with Dragon's Breath, but once again a little bit of a snipe there from Hanzo, just saying, hey, I got you. And I'm being told it's Bayless Cold Wine, so okay, makes sense. Although Bayless in today's acronym heavy world could be kind of an awkward thing to say. Just saying, just throwing that out there. So second, Belize. Oh, Belize. Gotcha. Fair enough. I'm being corrected in real time. Love to see it. Anyways. Top keep is going to go down here, so Lurk Patrol getting some very significant value out of this first protector, and Garrosh gonna get taken out. Getting caught there, and now the protector, you know, they've got a level 16 advantage. Garrosh is down for 30 seconds. Lurk Patrol's thinking they can probably get some value out of this, maybe? Maybe not. They thought about it. They're like, hey, we can do this, and then they say, we have Chromie and Hanzo and no health on this protector. There's no way that we kill this tower, this core, before Garrosh is up and just causes us so many problems. So they pull back, because they need more than just a Garrosh death to be able to push onto that core. Need catapults with them, siege camp, protector, something. But they instead will take out the mid fort, and they've already gotten some pretty good setup here for Control Point C by clearing out the wall. Now the well would of course be the next primary target for them. So they're up 16. ELC? Whatever. We'll discuss it later. Sonya's gonna get the fortification camp, but so is Team Training Wheels. So we're gonna see Angelic Armaments pop their unfortunate use of a 70-second cooldown there, as there was not really any significant threat. John is gonna get thrown out. Almost got caught by the healing dart, or the sleep dart rather. But for right now, Team Training Wheels is looking for those level 16s. As Lurk Patrol, seeing them all in the mid lane, say, you know what, we got a minion wave. Let's come in and get some damage, get that well, as expected. And the time traps getting caught there are Garrosh and Imperius. But Garrosh is going to use his Unstoppable. He's going to throw Sonya into the team there. And here comes the light bomb, getting stunned onto Ana. Jaina has the nano boost, but not enough to keep her alive there. And there goes the biotic emitter as Chromie, with that sandblast, gonna take out the Garrosh, and the long range dragon arrow manages to land and take out Ana. Sylvanas having to run away, and with that here, I mentioned earlier the siege potential of the Sonya with Wrath of the Berserker, and she's making use of that now. Bottom fort already down, and with 20 seconds until the rest of the team are up here, I don't see anything stopping them anytime soon. There was that nice celestial charge from Imperius. Little dangerous. Not too bad though, because he did still have the wall up. And High Def taking all the damage from the tower here, uses the shield, but it is not enough. That's the level 16 shield, Nerves of Steel. So Sonya's going to get taken out, and that is all of their siege potential. Chromie now down as well. Chromie at this point doing pretty good siege with her additional Qs, her clones. But that's a double kill thanks to a little bit of greedy behavior, perhaps. So Team Training Wheels now has the opportunity to get onto this control point for essentially 40 seconds with no Chromie. And they don't have anybody on it. Oh no, guys. Like, that's... Timing is so important on that. If you kill somebody at this stage of the game, at the beginning of this, you get the protector, just period. There's just not enough time for them to make it. But waiting 5-10 seconds, that might just be enough time for Lurk Patrol now to be able to get back into this. And they're sending a siege camp up top lane, which is the empty lane. Imperius doing what he can to try to keep things on track, on pace to get to level 20. But I honestly don't think there's any way that Team Training Wheels can get this, because they're going to be level 20. Lurk Patrol will be in just a moment. They've got a full 5 squad. And getting it up to 75%, I mean, that's great. And perhaps a little bit early there on the Indomitable, but Garrosh is able to make it out. So, I mean, this is only approximately 90 seconds, a little bit less than 90 seconds before the channel is done. And there's no way that Team Training Wheels gets level 20 before this. 80%. They just needed 20%. If they were on that 10 seconds earlier, they get the protector. Feels bad, man. So Anduin gonna be the point guard there for the team. And High Def coming in and saying, hey, this tower, this keep, yeah, it may have killed me last time. I'm coming back for my revenge. So that is going to be taken down now. This protector here, no keep, level 20s. Team Training Wheels down half a level still. It's not looking good for the blue team.
Blue team has taken control of
Johanna and Hanzo hopping in, and that's probably the best, right? I mean, you get Sonya, you get Chromie, so as long as they can, as long as Anduin and Sonya can keep Chromie safe, Protector, of course, gives the shield. There's the, oh my goodness, a big taunt onto the Sonya. Just deletes her. So much for that one there, as Edwin gonna get thrown here. So that is absolutely the best case scenario here. Really needed Johanna to hit the shield from the Protector. That shield gives like 1300 there. Probably would have kept at least Sonya alive. Maybe that helps to keep the Edwin alive. So the question now is, can Lurk Patrol finish this game? 60%. But the Protector has almost no health, 45% from the catapults. And Team Training Wheels is able to defend the core. They drop their turret, they throw the Johanna. There's the Celestial Charge. And Garrosh going to get stunned, interrupting the Groundbreaker, so not going to be able to get the Johanna there. Throws Sylvanas, and a staggered death onto Johanna, so she's going to be gone for 40 additional seconds. And Team Training Wheels remains in this game. But they don't have any forts down yet. Top and bottom are the closest for them. And they do have Sylvanas, but instead of pushing down at fort, they do nothing. They get a turret, which gives them absolutely nothing. Like, there's clearly either miscommunication here or a lack of communication here. Like, they're getting objects, which is great-ish. Like, it helps them in the next team fight, but they need more than a team fight. They need structures to alleviate some of the catapult pressure, to push these lanes forward. And that'll help them just as much in these team fights. And Johanna's coming back up, and take a look at the map. I mean, the map is exactly the same as it was 60 seconds ago when Johanna died. And they have Sylvanas Jaina. Looks like Team Training Wheels is going to come over and work on their fortification camp. So once again, they will have item advantage here. They're going to have two turrets. They're going to have the support, the biotic emitter. So, I mean, they've gotten all of the objects in the game to be able to win a fight, or at least help them win the fight. But none of that's guaranteed. Lurk Patrol, again, looking for some kind of siege potential out of their catapult minions, out of Wrath of the Berserker and Chromie. So right now they're just able to poke really hard with Hanzo and Chromie. So getting several members of Team Training Wheels down pretty low, just with their long range attacks. And you can see here Gunny trying to keep the catapults relatively safe, clearing out the lane, pushing back the heroes while the rest of the team working on mid lane. And now Hanzo gonna be the target between the Imperius and Garrosh, but able to make it away. And this is what I was talking about. So I mean, there's still, look at this, catapults in the top lane, there are catapults in the bot lane, and core is constantly going to be threatened. Lurk Patrol doing a great job of keeping the lanes pushed up, alternating their threats from top to bottom to mid. And there's the double throw from Garrosh, looking for that big taunt. Is going to have the Dragon Arrow coming out, hitting onto 3 play of the game, getting some additional damage. It's going to be Garrosh falling, the turret out there, the Light Bomb coming out with the Condemn, and Sylvanas going to be the second one to fall. FPS Nate could be the third on the other side this time, though. And the Biotic Emitter and turret both available here. Pumping out the damage is that turret. But it's still a 4 versus 3, and it looks like maybe Imperius could fall here. So make that a 4 versus 2. Can Jaina somehow pop off here? Find a way to get some kills, especially now that Ana just got taken out. Getting that snare from aim down sights, keeping her from quite getting the movement speed she needed. But Anduin gonna get the chastise out onto Jaina. Jaina using the ice block, but it doesn't matter. It's gonna be game number 2 going over to Lurk Patrol. At Bucky's? Who's Bucky? But hello, Ace and Lulu. All right, so that was Team Training Wheels versus Lurk Patrol. 2-0 victory in favor of Lurk Patrol. It's a Texas gas station. Okay. And you know what? I promised earlier that I'd show you guys the standings. How did these teams end up in at the end of season 8 for Nexus Gaming Series? And let me make sure that I've got the cap listed. 12 teams? 11? 11. All right. So Lurk Patrol finished up in 3rd place overall. Team Training Wheels at 11th there. Not quite the best season for them there. That's okay. They'll be. I've already heard that Team Training Wheels has some new people and are bringing back quite a positive team. I'm looking forward to seeing how Team Training Wheels performs in Season 9 of NGS. And of course, Lurk Patrol, ever a staple team with some long-standing members. So they'll presumably be back as well, performing in their Division B West as per usual. But that's it for this cast. We're going to be coming back in just a moment with another Division B West cast, which is going to be Who Knows Gaming versus Deviled Kegs. So going to put up a few minutes, and we'll be back.